Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel English Literature 101. The topic for today is a story titled A Gift of Chappals, prescribed in CBSE for class 7 in the book named Honeycomb. A Gift of Chappals. One afternoon, a girl named Mridu went to her aunt Rukmani's house to meet her cousins Ravi, Meena, and Lali. As soon as Mridu reached her aunt's house, Ravi and Meena rushed out of the door to welcome her. They were so excited to see Mridu that they pulled her into the house, not even letting her to open her slippers. But Mridu said them to wait so that she can take off her slippers. Mridu then keeps her slippers nicely beside a big, large black slippers, which due to dust appeared grey. And those black slippers were so full of dust that even the mark of every toe was clear on the front part of each slipper. The marks even suggested that the slippers were of some thin or bony person. Mridu was so very happy to meet her cousins that she did not notice those black slippers, beside which she kept her own slippers. Once she entered the house, Ravi took her to the backyard. In the backyard, behind a bitter berry bush, there was a torn football filled with sand, inside which lay a very small kitten drinking milk from a half coconut shell. Meena said that they found the cat that morning outside the gate. It was mewing. They even said Mridu that it was a secret. No one knows about the cat. She said that Rukmini, their mother, said that their grandmother would leave the house if she comes to know about the cat. Ravi said that elders tell us to be kind to animals, but when we are kind to them, they scream on us, saying that don't bring that dirty creature inside the house. Ravi even shares his experience of how cleverly he succeeded in getting milk for the kitten. He said that when he was getting a glass of milk for the kitten, his grandmother saw him taking the glass of milk and questioned him about it. And Ravi lied to her, saying that he was hungry and the milk was for him. But grandmother was suspicious. She even said Ravi to complete the milk quickly and give the glass to her so that she could wash it. But Ravi cleverly managed to convince her, saying that he himself would wash the glass and keep it in kitchen. Saying this, Ravi ran with the milk, poured it in the coconut shell for the kitten, and ran back to wash the tumbler so that his grandmother doesn't doubt him anymore. Sharing this experience with Mridu, Ravi said that he should think some other way to feed Mahendran. Listening to the name Mahendran, Mridu was quite surprised. Later she came to know that it was the name given by Ravi to the cat. The name of the cat was Mahendra. On asking more about the name Mahendra, Ravi said that the cat's full name was Mahendra Varma Pallava Punai, in short MP Punai. It belonged to the fine breed of cat. The cat's fur was like that of lion's mane. Then Ravi started making a story behind the name of the kitten. He said that the kitten is a descendant of Pallava lion, the emblem of Pallava dynasty. He had seen at Mahabalipuram when he went there with his classmates from school. He further added that the cat was descendant of Mahabalipuram Rishi cat and further added that cats were worshipped in ancient Egypt. And he went on and on with the made-up story. Listening to the story, Ravi, Meena and Mridu looked at each other with looks suggesting that how Ravi admired at his own skill of conversation. As Ravi was continuing his story about Mahendran, Mahendra, on the other hand, was sharpening his claws on the edge of coconut shell. Then all of a sudden they heard a screeching sound. Listening to the sound, Mahendra got frightened and hit himself with a bamboo tray full of red chilies that had been set out to dry as he was trying to hide himself. Mridu asked Meena and Ravi what that sound was. Ravi said that it's Lali learning to play violin. He further added that her music master just goes on playing so well, but Lali completely goes off track and sounds so weird. Listening about Lali and the music master, Mridu, along with Ravi and Meena, slowly goes to the window to see what was going on. As she peeps from the window, she finds Lali learning to play violin from her music master, who was bald headed and with an old fashioned tuft. He was wearing a gold chain and a diamond ring. He was playing the violin melodiously. Her master's notes were smooth and effortless, just as a train when it's whizzing. On the other hand, Lali was trying to learn those notes, but her tracks were annoying. Then all of a sudden, Ravi, Meena, and Mridu hears a voice calling from the gate, Amma, Amma. On listening to the voice calling from the gate, Rukmani tells Ravi to send the beggar away as she was busy chatting with Tapi. Listening the beggar's voice, the grandmother further added that this beggar came to their house every day from the past few weeks, and now it's too much. He should go and beg from some other house. Following Rukmani's order, Ravi, along with Meena and Mridu, went out. Meanwhile, the beggar at the doorstep already spread a cloth to settle himself under the neem tree. Ravi asked him to find some other home for begging. On hearing this, the beggar, resting under the neem tree, opened his eyes wide and looked at each of the children one by one, and said that the ladies of this house are kind souls, and it's all because of them that I could survive for the whole week. And I just cannot believe that today they are asking me to go away and find some other house to beg. Saying this, he again started calling Amma, Amma. On again hearing the beggar, Rukmani said Ravi to tell him that there was no food left in the kitchen. But Ravi did not repeat those words, as it was loud and clear for all to listen. The beggar then requested them to allow him to sit under the neem tree, as the sun was burning. It was hot, and he already had blistered feet. Saying this, he stretched out his bare feet with blisters. Seeing the blisters, Mridu, in a low voice, said Meena and Ravi, perhaps he does not have money to buy chappal, and asked Meena and Ravi if they had got an old pair of chappal in the house. Seeing the pathetic condition, the children decided to provide him slippers. They wanted to give the beggar their own slippers, but it was too small to fit him. So, as they were thinking about how to get slippers and were searching for it, Mridu's eyes fell on that odd-looking chappals that she noticed while entering the house. Seeing those chappals, Mridu asked Ravi whose chappals were those. Ravi, looking at those chappals, thought it was the right fit for the beggar, and picking them up, he ran towards the beggar. The beggar, seeing the new slippers, was very happy. He quickly put them on, blessed the children, and went away. A moment later, the music teacher was about to leave the house. and as he came outside, he was surprised to see that his chappals were missing. After searching for it, he called Lali to help him find his slippers. Lali started searching for it, but the chappals were not there. Lali quickly called his mother Rukmani. Rukmani, along with the grandmother, hurried to see what the matter was all about. On hearing that the chappals were missing, Rukmani was embarrassed and looked around suspiciously. Rukmani, as well as the grandmother, inquired from the children if anyone had seen music master's chappal or if anyone had seen some stranger around the veranda. On much needed inquiry, Mridu said that there was a beggar who had blisters on his feet. So they decided to give the beggar a pair of chappal, and they gave the beggar the music master's chappal. On hearing this, Rukmani was angry on them. The children further confronted Rukmani and grandmother by the example of Karna, who sacrificed all his precious belongings. Mother, on hearing this, again rebuked them, saying that Karna gave away what was his own. On hearing this, Ravi said that he wanted to give his own chappals, but it wouldn't fit the beggars. That's why he gave master's chappal. Thus an argument took place, and angrily Rukmani ordered Ravi to be quiet and go inside. Rukmani then hurries indoors and brings Gopu Mama's slippers and requests the music master to wear it and apologizes for the mischief done by the children. The music master, on seeing the new chappal, was filled with joy, but pretended as if he was not satisfied. He then said that nowadays children have no respect for elders and called Ravi Hanuman. Rukmani did not like Ravi being called monkey, even if a holy monkey. She then stood straight by the front door, which indicated that she wanted the master to leave her house quickly with the chappal. After the music master left, she called Mridu and other children to come and have tiffin. And not only she laughed at the act done by the children, but she also laughed thinking about what will happen when Gopu Mama comes home and finds out that his chappals were given to the music master. With this, the story comes to an end. So we can say that in this story, the author Vasant Surya shows the simplicity, logic, feelings and act of charity from the perspective of a child, which is both innocent as well as mischievous. So guys, that's all for today's video. I hope that you all have understood the story well. If you have any queries related to the story, do let me know in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Those who haven't subscribed my channel yet, I would request them to please like, share and subscribe it, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for further updates. Thank you.